Welcome to Seven Rivers Sports. I'm your host, Terry Erickson. Each week, an inside look into sports, wellness, and fitness. Today, it's Red and White Day. Except for me, Red and White Day because the Logan Rangers are on the set. Logan Ranger Volleyball with three of the best. Jenna Davis, Marissa Kleman, and Lauren Boge. Of course, Marissa Kleman has been on the show before. So, by popular demand, you're back again. What do you think of that?
It's fun to be back. Last time I was on here, I think it was 2 years ago. I think I was a sophomore, and it was with my sister. So now I get to be with my teammates.
Yeah, the only sophomore that we ever had on the show, by the way. So that's
really
pretty special. But as we take the show, you're coming off. I know you don't want to think about this maybe, but you're coming off a loss to the Blue Gulls last night. But you're currently 5-3, and when I did a little research. You were 9-12 last year, so you're on an upward swing in your journey. You began with wins over Sparta, then you beat Central, you beat Holman. So, despite last night's loss, Jenna, things look pretty good for the Logan Rangers. Thoughts so far?
Well, I think everything's looking pretty good this year because the team bonding is way better than last year. Way better than last year was, and I think we all just are more into playing volleyball. Like, I feel like everybody's in it to win it and not just playing just to play.
Well, let's explore that a minute now, because there's a book out, and I've read it and I've referenced it many times, and it says the culture begins in teams in the locker room. That's where it begins. And then oftentimes after a game or practice, it ends there too. Culture begins in the locker room. You referenced that in terms of team chemistry. I work on that every day with my team. My football team at Logan Middle, like building sort of a Navy SEAL approach, meaning you're supporting one another all the time. How have you done that better this year than last year, Jenna?
Well, when we took senior pictures, one day during tryout weeks, all the seniors, we went to lunch together. We went to get ice cream, and we just talked about how this year should go, and then adding on the juniors and the sophomores and freshmen. I think it just, we added on those people, it just since they know us, we all know each other pretty well. I think it just helped a lot to do that.
Great. So a little bonding at the sweet shop or wherever you're at, right?
We've gone to the sweet shop several times, yeah.
Speaking of the sweet shop, one of my favorite spots. We got to get them as a sponsor, by the way, of this show. But of course, Marissa, I see Marissa at the sweet shop. And people look at you, and I admire you, and you know that already. But people look at you like my own granddaughters as a leader, building team chemistry, building competitive greatness, which means playing your best all the time. How do you do that?
It doesn't always just come from one person. Jenna and Lauren, that's why they're here today. We're team leaders all together, and I think that we feed off of each other. We help each other learn and grow together. It's getting feedback from one another and giving feedback to our younger teammates who are going to carry on that legacy. So just leading the team on and off the court. Like Jenna said, team bonding is very important. We try to organize that. And just all together being part of a team and knowing that we can feed off of each other. It's not just a one-man job.
Give me a distinct difference in terms of that particular aspect of your team compared to last year. Why are you better? Compared
to last year, I feel like we all really count on each other. Almost like sisters. We can go to each other, any certain person, and kind of be here's what's going wrong, or I had a great day and stuff like that. We had a team sleepover last Friday night, and we had a blast just, being goofy. And, having that off the court is how you're, going to carry it into the court in your gameplay and stuff like that. So, like I said, we're just goofy. We're kind of oddballs sometimes. It's really fun, so.
A high school volleyball sleepover.
Yeah.
A slumber party. That's what I used to call it. You're a junior, the only junior on the set.
Yeah.
Pretty fortunate here among two leaders, two seniors. What did you learn at the slumber party?
I just learned, off the court, how amazing of teammates we all are, how lucky we are to have each other. And we all get along so well. It's just your friends that you've known your whole life. yeah, we all have a great time. Like Marissa said, we're kind of oddballs together, so
How would I
having a
see
good
that?
time.
If I came to watch one of your matches, how would I see that? Could I spot that right on the court?
Yeah.
How could I learn?
Whether it's just coming to the huddle and all like cheering each other on or like making a little joke.
What if I can't get in the huddle?
You know, you can see it from outside. We're all laughing at laughing with each other, and just like high fives all around. Like, good job.
Not everybody buys into that, though. There are some teams I've seen, I've coached, I've played on, that there's an element of jealousy, there's an element of selfishness, there's an element of toxicity on some teams. Have you seen that, Marissa? And if so, if you have somebody that needs to be redirected, how do you do that?
Well, I haven't seen a lot of it this year. I think that is part of the big difference with our team chemistry this year. Definitely like my freshman year. I mean, like, for example, Anna Koblitz and I, we were freshmen playing on varsity, and it was a hard thing to adjust to. I wouldn't say anyone was necessarily mean like, directed at someone specifically, but learning to cope with that and just, like, be the best player you can be, control your attitude, stuff like that, and then just keeping each other in check, I feel like, is really the best way to handle those things.
And perhaps rise above drama, which is what all of us need to do in our life. Take the high road. Don't stoop down to drama. Just try to elevate yourself to another level. So that's mental discipline, which is not easy to do. Well, Jenna Davis, 3 sports. Honorable mention, 3-sport letter winner, trying to manage 3 sports and manage a success in the classroom. How difficult is that?
Very difficult. Because, like, if we have, like, an away game, like, for any sport, we get back later. Like, I have no time to do homework unless I have, like, a free period. Like, I tend to get my homework done in my free period, but if I have, like, a free period and then I have another class and I have homework and then I don't have another free period, it's just harder to, like, do that. I have to, like, take time when we get back home. I have to, like, get ready for bed, but then at the same time I have to, like, try to do all my homework before I go to bed.
Are you sleep deprived at all?
Sometimes. I get most of my sleep on weekends if that happens. Like, I sleep in quite a bit on weekends.
Are you a good student?
I'd say I'm a good student. Could be better.
But you put that first, though.
Yeah,
Logan,
sure.
student, athlete.
Yes.
And that's an expectation that you have, your family has, your coach has, and your teachers have?
Yes, for sure. My mom really big on me keeping my grades up. If I get like a C on a test, she like questions on like why I studied for it, like how I studied for it, like why did I not get a better grade, and she's just like very hard on like me and my sisters to get our grades to be the best.
You may not appreciate that now,
Yeah.
but you will later, and perhaps you will take that same approach with your children someday.
For sure.
And I know Marissa's family, friends of mine, and you're a softball. You're pretty good in softball. Actually, you're very good in softball.
Thank you.
I've watched you play.
Thank you.
And volleyball, and you're all conference in both, but academics is a priority with you.
Yeah, for sure. Like Jenna said, I mean, our off periods, like, I try to get most of my homework done during the school day if I can, because bringing it home is a lot harder when you have practice until 6, and then you have other things that, like, if you're volunteering or if you're doing other things at night, or you just want to spend time with your family, and trying to do your best and study for everything. So.
Toughest class?
Oh my gosh. Last year, pre-calculus.
Oh, that was mine too.
Yeah.
Favorite class?
Favorite class? Spanish, for sure.
Favorite sub?
Favorite sub? You.
Just kidding. So what I enjoy coming to Logan and other schools and just interacting with students. It's just, to me, it develops a level of energy that's pretty special. And of course, Lauren comes from 2 educated people too, like all of you do, and I know your family very well, and you're good in the classroom. You excel, don't you?
Yeah, I do. I really have worked on my time management in high school. It's kind of a shock coming from middle school to high school where you have homework every night, so it's a great skill in time management, just putting your academics first.
Well, Student of the Month, varsity letter all 3 years, co-president of Interact.
Yeah.
Share for our viewers what that is.
Interact is a volunteer club through Rotary International, and every month we try to do a service project out in the community to get Interact members involved, and we also help with iFeed, which is the biggest food drive in the area. So.
iFeed.
iFeed, on November 2nd. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
You're trying to tell me to be there, aren't you?
Sure, if you want to be there.
Well, give our viewers, before we take a break, some details on that.
Yeah, so all the schools come together. We have like Aquinas, Holman, Central, like La Crosse, Logan. So we all come together. We put aside like our rivalries, and we have a day dedicated towards raising money and food. So it's just a great cause.
That?
It's at Logan in the field house.
All right.
Yeah.
So you tear down the barriers that exist between schools, and for at least one day, you're all friends.
Yep, that's how it goes.
Sounds good. All right, speaking of friends, we have to take a break because our friends sponsor this show. So we're going to step aside just for a minute. When we come back, more here on Seven Rivers Sports.
With our busy lives, it's a comfort to know that we can still remember loved ones in a traditional way with a monument. Lewiston Monuments in Lewiston, Minnesota has been helping families purchase a monument for over 4 generations. You'll find a large selection of beautiful granite, marble, and bronze monuments, all at competitive prices. And they're a full-service company, so they also do straightening, cleaning, and repair of monuments. Stop in or call for a no-obligation consultation, or visit lewistonmonument.com for more information.
At Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning, we have assembled a championship team
who listens to what your needs are.
We install carrier comfort systems that improve the comfort, efficiency, and the air quality of your home and workplace.
We serve you with highly trained technicians who are prompt, friendly, and honest.
For Gold Star treatment, turn to the experts, Carrier and Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning.
Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning, your comfort is our business.
Welcome back to Seven Rivers Sports. Great interview this week with Logan High School student athletes, Jenna Davis, Marissa Kleman, Lauren Boge. We talked a little bit about so far you're off to a pretty good start. I know you want to do better, but 5-3, and you've won some big games. And as I look at the schedule, some big games ahead. Toma this week, then Sparta, then second half of the schedule, and the end with Toma. What are we going to see, Jenna Davis, the rest of the season?
Hopefully winning. But other than that, I think us working hard at practice just to get those wins and working together as a team to, like, our last games, the last 2 games we won, like Central and Holman, maybe winning before 5, and maybe winning earlier in 5 games, not getting like our coach stressed out about going to 5 games. I feel like if we worked harder the first 3 games, even first 4, like we could beat them in 4-3 instead of just 5, because I feel like our team is just sick of going to 5, and we're ready to win in less than that.
Good answer. So, and then as you approach the postseason, obviously you want to make your mark into the postseason. There's a great book out, and the title of it is Beyond the Scoreboard, meaning that when you evaluate the success of your season as a moment of reflection, say next year you're in your dorm room in Milwaukee, and you reflect back on the season, Marissa, what would you think would be a successful season in your mind?
A successful season this year? I mean, just working together and overall feeling like we're a family. Like, I think that's what we've all been shooting for this whole time. And having fun on the court. I think that sometimes we lose ourselves as far as, like, oh my gosh, we need to win. And, like, instead of working together, like, I don't know if that makes, like, we just need to have fun on the court.
And sometimes that fun should translate into playing better too. I mean, the results should be there. So, and realistically, what do you want to see as the record at the end of the season?
The record at the end of the season, I mean, over 500. Like, I think that we have a good shot at taking probably second place in conference. I mean, and we can probably beat Aquinas at home. So, just competing well against them and placing well in conference.
And a lot of our viewers probably, until a few years ago when I started signing and being involved in volleyball, I wasn't 100% sure what a libero does, but I sort of am now. But a lot of our viewers probably is like, what is that? This person is in there with a different colored jersey, and what does that mean? Well, I'm told that you, Lauren Boge, are one tremendous libero. Is that correct?
Well, I try my best. I mean, there's only like so much I can do by myself. It's relying on my teammates. Like I have teammates who will help me block the ball, and I have another DS back there with me to help do their job. So
a libero, real quickly, a libero can't attack, or you're basically a defender.
Yep, you're a defender in the back row, so you can't jump above like the 10-foot line. You can't jump above the height of the net. So you're basically down there. You're not attacking, you're just defending. So.
You know, when you look at the success of USA beach volleyball, USA volleyball, Olympic volleyball, I'm always mesmerized by the athleticism of those athletes, and I've watched Misty May, Carrie Walsh in beach volleyball, and it's incredible how gifted they are, how determined they are, how excited they are, how passionate they are. Are there any volleyball players that you look at, like I'd like to model my game after them, Marissa?
Certainly, yeah. Well, first of all, my biggest role model is my sister, Jordan. She played volleyball in high school, and she plays softball in college. But as far as like professional players go, I have watched Carrie Walsh a lot. I watch the Wisconsin Badgers and their outside hitters. So, yeah, just watching the higher level, I feel like it motivates you to play like them, and like watching their mannerisms when they play. So.
And of course, our youngest daughter, who was an exceptional athlete, Logan, I think won 9 letters, lives in Madison, and she goes to all of the Badger volleyball games.
Really?
At the field house, because she just loves the enthusiasm and the skill set. What's your biggest skill set, Marissa?
Biggest skill set as far as volleyball? I don't know, focusing on putting the ball down every time that I get it. I mean, swinging at everything and helping my teammates. I mean, there's a lot that goes along with being like good as far as skills go, but something I really figured out you have to focus on is being the best teammate that you can be, because the mental game and like being able to play with your teammates is very important. And I mean, there's 6 people out there, not just one.
Jenna, passing, serving, footwork, attacking, setting your teammates up, all those kinds of things. The strategy is a little bit more, perhaps, sophisticated than what people think. Share your assets and your skill set.
Well, I try to be the best blocker on the team. For like middles, we're like blocking nonstop. So I try to get the ball blocked for Lauren, so she's not like, or even the back row, all back rows, so they get like a break back there. But like I try to tip the ball, like place it a lot. Like I feel like I'm pretty good at placing the ball when it comes to tipping and stuff. But blocking is like one thing I need. Like I try to be the best at.
We have multiple granddaughters that would like to be Ranger volleyball players at some point. They're beginning their journey. What advice would you give them to become as good as they could be as a high school player?
Work hard, never give up. Never give up. Like when I was in middle school, I didn't really enjoy volleyball as much because I feel like the coaches in middle school didn't believe in me. But like once I got to high school, I was like, I can do this. Like, cause Coach Ellen Becker, she believed in me once I stepped into that gym. Like freshman year, I was on VR/varsity. I'd sit on the bench for varsity. Like before that, I did not believe in myself at all. But then in middle school, it was just so much different for me. Like I didn't really enjoy it as much, but I never stopped trying, and I kept working my butt off to be where I am now.
Are you comfortable with who you are? Are you comfortable in your skin, meaning you like who you are, what you represent, Jenna?
Yes, I feel like I'm the most confident out of my family, because my sisters, they seem confident, but I feel like they think that they should look a certain way to like make people like them more, but like I feel like I'm myself when I'm around other people. Like I don't have to be a different person to make people like me.
Very good answer. I think that's an issue that teenagers throughout the country struggle with, and people are too hard on themselves, and that is a cause of some mental health issues. No question about it. Marissa, we know you're on your way to Milwaukee with a scholarship, and that's where you're going to be next year. And we're going to be following you and maybe have you back on the show again for the third time to kind of keep track of your progress. But talk about that quickly in your career and what you're expecting.
I mean, it's unreal. I'm so thankful for every opportunity that I've gotten and everyone that's helped me along the way. And the reason I chose Milwaukee was because when I went on my unofficial visit, oh my gosh, it was like a year and a half ago, just stepping on campus and being around the players and the coaches, I really felt like they had a family-centered atmosphere as far as like a team goes, and I was really excited for that. And leaving that day, I was like, this really feels like where I'm gonna go to college. Like, I was very excited, and Coach Susie really emphasized how, you know, when she has players on the team, she's not only making them better players, but she wants to make them better people too, and that really caught my attention. So that really excites me. They have a lot of talented players on the team, and their record right now is really good. I can't remember it off the top of my head, but they've been winning a lot. So they've won 3 of the last like 3 weekends they played. They've won every tournament. So that makes me really excited.
Yeah, and you know, I've watched volleyball around here. UWL has a great program. And Viterbo, my goodness, are they ever good? And so volleyball is kind of on an upswing, no question about it, as well. But your gift is softball, and that's what you're going to be doing or you're going to play both sports?
Just volleyball.
Just volleyball. Okay. And Lauren too. Lauren, a junior, but you're already thinking about pre-med.
Yeah. I'm in the Health Science Academy at UWL, so hopefully jumpstart on that, yeah.
Well, good. Even though you're a junior, this is rapid fire 2-minute drill. Leadership, what does that, describe leadership and how you demonstrate that.
I believe leadership is just helping others to be the best they can be and helping others succeed. So whether it's on the volleyball court, you know, we're all trying to be leaders, trying to be our best selves so we can help others, you know.
Philosophy of life for Marissa Kleman, what would that be?
Seize the day. I mean, like, control what you can control. Yesterday's in the past. For example, I mean, our game yesterday, like, you have to take that and learn from it and go back on the court the next day and practice and, you know, take the things that you knew you did wrong and focus on them and try your hardest. Like, don't give up.
Jenna, you like Martin Luther King. Why is that?
Just like the message he gave, like, put out there, like, he had a dream to, like, for example, for African Americans to be equal as well as a Caucasian or something. Like, my dad tells me stories about how when he was a child and like his brother was the first African American at their high school. Like, he told me stories about that. It's just, I don't know, it's just Martin Luther King Jr. just stuck in me. I don't know.
This may surprise you, but he's one of my heroes. There's no question about it, and I'm not ashamed to say it. What's something people might not know about you?
I'm sensitive sometimes. Like, I can be sensitive. Like, most people probably don't think that because, like, I feel like I'm most people think I'm scary, but I'm like a softie inside. I'm pretty sensitive. I don't know.
I think all of us are. What's something people there's thousands of people watching this show, what do they may not know about Marissa?
This isn't really related to volleyball, but I'm really creative, like, artistically. I wouldn't say that I'm super talented, but I love anything arts and crafts. Like, I love painting, everything like that. So,
interesting.
Yeah, I like pursuing other hobbies.
Interesting revelation. And Lauren?
I would have to say, as crazy as it sounds, I really love school. And, like, homework, yeah, it can be kind of stressful, but I really just love
You like the culture. You like your friends.
I like learning too. Like, my friends, yeah, it's great to see them there, but I don't know, I really enjoy school. So.
Every day you get up in the morning and you say,
not in the morning, but when I'm there, I just really, I don't know, enjoy what I'm learning.
I think that should be contagious because I see a lot of people in school, unfortunately, that they can't wait till the bell rings and then they're gone in a New York minute. So I applaud that, and actually both my wife and I enjoyed school too. We felt the same way because we got involved like you guys are, and that's the key too. Well, it's been a great show and a great interview, and I appreciate you taking the time to come. Of course, you wanted to skip class and come to the show anyway. Jenna Davis, Marissa Kleman, and Lauren Boge. Thanks for being on the show, guys.
Thank you.
Yes.
We'll be back with some film clips on a couple games right after this.
At Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning, we have assembled a championship team
who listens to what your needs are.
We install carrier comfort systems that improve the comfort, efficiency, and the air quality of your home and workplace.
We serve you with highly trained technicians who are prompt, friendly, and honest.
For Gold Star treatment, turn to the experts, Carrier and Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning.
Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning. Your comfort is our business.
When you're faced with the decision of selecting a monument to honor someone dear to you, call Lewiston Monuments for a no-obligation consultation. Lewiston Monument is a full-service monument company, serving families in Iowa, Minnesota, and Wisconsin for over 4 generations. You'll find beautiful granite, marble, and bronze memorials, all at competitive prices. Their experts can help you design the perfect and unique memorial. Lewiston Monument. Call today or on the web at lewistonmonument.com.
2 games this week here on K2EG. Let's start at Roger Herring Field with the Central Red Raiders hosting the Logan Rangers for the coveted Arc of Victory. Well, both defensive units were at their very best in the first quarter, 0-0 after 1. Central's explosive offense took over in the second with Jenna Davis scoring 3 touchdowns, 2 with his legs and 1 in the air, courtesy of a catch by senior tight end Terrence Thompson. 20-0 at half. Logan finally got on the board in the third quarter. Max Harsey on a 1-yard run. Davis scored 2 touchdowns in the third as he rushed for 257 yards and passed for 130. Logan was unable to get its running or passing game in gear as they suffered their 4th loss of the season. Central moves to 4-2 with an important matchup at Sparta on Friday. Logan travels to conference leader Holman also on Friday at 7 p.m. We'll be there to bring you that game. And another big game. The Tom Lee and the Blue Golds entertained Darlington in a big SWAL conference game at Swanson Field. Aquinas scored first on a 12-yard run by junior Aiden Lee, 6-0 after 1. No scoring in the second or third quarters. Then in the fourth, senior quarterback Gavin Wetzel found the speedy wide receiver Mason Viner down the sideline for a 36-yard touchdown. Wetzel ran in the conversion. Matt Reutemann led the Blue Golds in rushing with 54 yards. Wetzel was 7 for 10 for 83 yards. Aiden Lee, Ethan Roop, and Will Cambio led the Aquinas defense, each with 9 tackles. Running back Easton Evenstad and quarterback Braden Davis combined for 150 yards for Darlington. Aquinas travels to perennial league power Mineral Point on Friday while Darlington entertains Fenimore. Final from Swanson Field. The Aquinas Blue Golds 14 and Darlington 0. Well, that does it this week here on 7 Rivers Sports. I'm your host, Terry Erickson, hoping that you will have an active and a healthy week ahead.